Why is Covent Garden Station so close to Leicester Square? Because they're 260 metres apart, it is quicker to walk, and it sounds like an obvious answer: tourists. But no tourist would have visited Covent Garden until the 1980s, almost 100 years after it was built. The real answer is far more interesting. The station was constructed essentially as a PR move. A corrupt businessman virtue signalling how he was going to help the poor to beat a business rival. Let me explain. Covent Garden in the early 1900s is a vital market for the working class, but has a reputation for illicit behaviour and drinking, a marked contrast to today. Maybe not the drinking part. Both stations opened by the Great Northern, Brompton and Piccadilly Railway in 1906 and 7, and that is a problem. Stations too close together is bad for everyone. For passengers, it's a slower ride. For businesses, it's very expensive to build a station. But they were placed here deliberately by this man, Charles Yerkesy. He bought these railways, which form the modern District, Bakerloo, Piccadilly lines, and he thought by connecting them into a network, he could make a ton of cash. When he bought them, only these bits were actually built. The rest was just permission from Parliament to build them. And the most important is the Piccadilly line, London's most boring underground railway. It started life as two lines: the Brompton and Piccadilly Circus Railway, which ran between South Ken and Piccadilly Circus, the Great Northern and Strand Railway, starting in central London and running up to Finsbury Park. He wanted to connect them together because it would ultimately make more money. But can you guess which bit he didn't have planning permission for? This bit right here, underneath Covent Garden. He spends the early 1900s trying to connect the two separate railways with this new tunnel. This is really important. A single line from Finsbury Park to South Ken would make way more money than two separate railways. So he sells Parliament his railway on the virtues that his line would help the poor. Remember, Covent Garden is a working market at this point. Covent Garden Station is sold on the virtues of helping displaced Londoners get back to where they work. He promises Parliament a night train going from Covent Garden to the Strand to help workers in the nighttime industry. He even gets the director of Debenhams to lament the gentrification of the West End, which has stopped workers in Covent Garden being near their jobs. Sold as this crucial point to connect the working class to their jobs. Definitely not the crucial link Yerkesy needs for his two lines. And now, as you can tell, Yerkesy's got approval and built his line and Covent Garden Station. And it's ironic because Covent Garden is now probably one of the poshest areas in London. Historically, it wasn't busy at all. It avoided closure in 1929 by the skin of its teeth, presumably because it was actually useful to workers in the market. It's remained a thorn in TfL's side ever since, issues with the stairs, ripping off about 1,000 people a week, and of course slowing down the Piccadilly line. So let me know in the comments, should we shut Covent Garden? Please like and follow, of course, for more history content, and send this to a mate who's always wondered,